Celtic kicked off their Champions League group stage campaign with an away defeat in Rotterdam to Feyenoord. In today's video, we will of course go over the 5 things we learned from the game, whilst also going over the argument that Thierry and Micah had over Celtic's defeat. But first, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Celtic content. In a significant development, Inverness Caledonian Thistle has officially reached out to Darren O'Day, the current coach of Celtic's B team, to discuss their vacant managerial position. This formal approach confirms earlier reports that the 36-year-old Irishman was high on the club's list of potential candidates. The move comes after Inverness parted ways with their former manager, Billy Dodds, who was let go following a series of disappointing performances. The club had been under interim management by John Robertson and Charlie Christie, but are keen on making a swift appointment. O'Day, a Celtic stalwart who began his playing career with the Hoops, has also had stints at Reading, Ipswich, Toronto, Dundee and Blackpool. Before stepping into the coaching realm, he represented Ireland 20 times and initially took up coaching duties at Motherwell in 2019. The club has been struggling recently with 8 losses and a draw in their last 9 games, culminating in a 1-0 defeat to Raith Rovers that proved to be the last straw for Dodds. With this official approach, it's clear that Inverness sees O'Day as a strong candidate to turn their fortunes around. Celtic fans will undoubtedly be watching closely as one of their own could soon be making a significant impact in the Scottish Championship. Celtic's Champions League campaign began on a sombre note following a defeat to Feyenoord in Rotterdam. The game seemed poised for a draw at half-time, but a free kick during injury time appended Brendan Rodgers' plans for the second half. Celtic faced further challenges past the hour mark when Gustav Lagerbilk received his second yellow card, resulting in a penalty. Goalkeeper Joe Hart stepped up with a crucial save, keeping the Hoops in contention. However, the situation deteriorated as Home was given the marching orders a few minutes later for a high stud showing tackle. Feyenoord then seized the opportunity to increase their lead. With Celtic preparing to face Livingston this Saturday, here are 5 key takeaways from the game. The opening goal misstep. Celtic unexpectedly found themselves trailing at half-time. The free kick that led to a goal was average at best. A misjudgment from Kyogo, who jumped away from the ball, and poor positioning from Joe Hart allowed the ball into the net. It was amateur from the Hoops. Such lapses are costly at Champions League level. Inaccurate passing. The Hoops' passing lacked precision, particularly in the first half. Hatate and Taylor frequently misplaced passes, piling pressure on the team. Sharper passing might have carved out scoring opportunities. Questionable summer transfers. Questions linger about the summer transfer activity, especially regarding the positions that urgently needed strengthening. It's perplexing to see Greg Taylor and Joe Hart still in the starting lineup, considering their underwhelming performances in pre-season and subsequent games. Missed opportunity. Despite their solid setup, Feyenoord appeared vulnerable under pressure and didn't seem particularly threatening to Celtic. With more assertive play, Celtic might well have secured at least a point from the encounter. You feel if Ange Postecoglou was still manager, Celtic would have left with at least a point. Silver lining. Not all was bleak for Celtic. Matt O'Reilly was dominant in midfield, while Liam Scales displayed his usual resilience in defence, even if he often reverted to passing back to Hart. Alistair Johnson's consistent performances proved invaluable, with his defensive prowess and robust challenges. Celtic lost the match, but it wasn't a poor performance from the Hoops. They certainly fancied their chances in the home picture on matchday 6. Thierry and Micah disagreed about Joe Hart's role in Celtic conceding the opening goal during their 2-0 Champions League defeat to Feyenoord on Tuesday night. Before the madness of the 2 red cards, Calvin Steng's long-range free kick sucker punched the boys just before the break. One of the big talking points was the role Joe Hart played, with many thinking that Celtic's number 1 should have saved the effort, including legendary striker Thierry Henry, as he told CBS Sports. The former Arsenal striker made it clear, "You should never concede a goal like that, keeper." But Micah was quick to defend his former Manchester City teammate. Richards pointed out towards the wall and how Joe Hart obviously wasn't happy, and you can't blame the keeper because he saw it too late. Amid the criticism of Hart, the former right-back was also quick to mention Hart's penalty save in the second half, which in the end was overshadowed by the red cards and overall defeat. "If you could say it was going to sting Celtic, and it did," said Henry, "I mean you shouldn't never concede a goal like that, keeper." Richards responded, "He obviously wasn't happy with the wall. You could see. If the wall was in the right position, he couldn't react until late." Henry interrupted, "I know, that's why Hart put the wall." Richards added, "Joe Hart, you see him afterwards, they moved the wall. You can't blame the keeper for that. He saw it late, it can happen to anyone." Thierry Henry, I think he can do better. Micah Richards, look at the wall, he's not happy with the wall. Thierry Henry, is that your friend? Micah Richards, maybe, laughed the former Manchester City player. After replays of Hart's penalty save came up, Richards quickly added and chuckled, "You don't want to mention that though." Henry said, well done, it was a great save." Two prominent Dutch publications have had their say on Celtic's visit to Rotterdam on Tuesday evening, and it's not that scathing of the Scottish champions. The Telegraph wrote the game was evenly poised with Celtic having the better of the chances in the first half. The paper summed up the free kick that led the Feyenoord opener perfectly. Sometimes at this level you just need that one chance. Telegraph wrote, "No one in the atmospheric and sold-out Coop saw the goal coming, and neither did the former goalkeeper of the English national team. But at this level, one chance, one goal is sometimes enough to achieve a top result." Vlogsrank complimented Celtic's attacking players by revealing the trio of Kyogo, Micah and Hatate were dangerous, especially in the first half. The publication conceded that once the two red cards came in quick succession, the game, as a contest, was over and Celtic could no longer compete. Volkskrant wrote, "It ended with 11 against 9 due to two red cards for Celtic, who played badly after the break. It was no longer really exciting because Celtic barely crossed the halfway line. The trio of Japanese at Celtic, Kyogo, Micah, Hatate in particular, looked smooth and threatening." Michael Stewart has voiced his frustration over what he believes to be an incorrect use of VAR during Celtic's recent Champions League match. Celtic's Gustav Lagerbilk saw red during the game, a decision which left many fans and pundits, including Stewart, bemused. The Swedish defender was handed his marching orders after a soft challenge on Feyenoord's Igor Pakao, which the referee deemed worthy of a second yellow card, leading to a penalty. The VAR check upheld the referee's decision, further infuriating Celtic supporters. Although Celtic's goalkeeper Joe Hart managed to save the Paxel penalty, the team was soon reduced to just 9 players. Odin Thiago Holm was given a straight red for a rash challenge shortly after coming on, a decision which, unlike Lagerbilk's, drew little dispute. However, it is the first red card that has drawn the ear of many in the football community. Stewart, known for his forthright views, took to social media platform X, previously known as Twitter, to share his disappointment. The renowned pundit wrote, "Embarrassing from the officials. What's the point in VAR if you can't recognise that's the wrong decision?" For Celtic and their fans, the game proved a night of frustrations, with the Lagerbilk red card marking a turning point in a contest where they were already trailing by a goal. Celtic fans, what are your thoughts on yesterday's result? And was Joe Hart at fault for the first goal? Yes or no? Let me know down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video, guys. Make sure you drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.